Uh, I'm going to talk about someone really special to me. His name is Andy. Uh, Last month, in one of the open mics, I spoke about him, and by the end of the act, people were emotional and overwhelmed because Andy is no more with us. Uh, I had my set was of how we lost him, and people really got emotional by the end of it. So when I went back home, I spoke to his mom and I told her how it went. She said me one thing, Farhan, it's nice that you spoke about him. People liked it. People felt emotional. But I want Andy to be remembered with a smile, with a laughter. So here I am today with another Andy story, which will hopefully make us all laugh or at least put a smile on our faces. Before I get to what happened, what the things are, let me tell you about Andy. Andy was 8 months younger than me, same school, and weekends families would get together. So basically, he was my twin, and twins who wouldn't share anything, be it toys, be it snacks, gaming controllers, credit, or even blame. If something broke, I didn't do it, please ask him. That was our relationship. And Andy and I were completely different personalities. If Andy and I were to walk into the room and for an open mic, you would see me sitting in one corner, quiet, waiting for my turn to speak. Whereas Andy would be making friends, pulling pranks, cracking jokes, and all that. He was an extrovert. I am a complete introvert, right? So one day, when you're around 12 or 13 years old, Andy and I were supposed to go to a famous restaurant in Pushpakam, which is called the Welcome Hotel. I don't know how many of you know it. Yeah. It's a restaurant which is called a hotel, which is what we all do. We call restaurants and hotel. Hotel is a lodge for us, and lodge is OYO for us. So that's how we have termed it. So simple task: Sunday morning, wake up by 7, cycle to Welcome Hotel, get the sambar, come back home. Easy, but not with Andy. Andy is like Vadivel. When Vadivel says, "Yanakane varvinglada," that is Andy. Trouble would always follow him. He was a trouble magnet. Trouble wouldn't just knock his door. Trouble had a lifetime membership of it. And when I was there, I used to come as the combo package. So simple. We woke up at 7 in the morning. We were cycling, and we saw 3 transgenders coming in a scooty opposite us. And then suddenly we collided. We fell down. Andy got up, and in his Anglo-Indian accent, he said, "Avlo edo irukku, innotha ethigo." They were coming triples in the scooty. They got offended. I got scared. I froze because I didn't know better. There was no awareness because that's how the movies used to project us. Be scared of transgenders, and I was scared. I was frozen. One of the transgenders came, caught him by the neck. Kori pudikra madri. He was here, and she said, "Olunga manipukelu." And Andy, I have never seen him feeling sorry before that. That sincerely. Not to parents, not to teachers, not even to God. He was like, "Sorry, vitringa. And that person went to his pocket. They gave 20 rupees to get sambar. Back in 2002, that was a big amount. They took his money, shoved it in the pocket of whatever it is, and they drove away. And Andy had a weird habit. After any disaster, big or small, he would end it in a signature way. He would pat my back and would say, "Macha, we handled that well." He did the same thing. I was riding the cycle. He said, "Macha, we handled that well." Handled what? You got held like a chicken, dignity taken away. You got mugged. Now we don't have money for sambar. And you're saying we handled that well. No, we didn't handle that well. And he said, "Macha, no problem. We'll go to the hotel. I know the biller uncle there. We'll get sambar on credit. We'll go home. We'll come back and pay them later." Simple, right? We went. He went and started talking to the uncle saying, "Anna, we need sambar. Kaasa appuram tharen." He said no. He said, "Anna, please." He said no. He said, "Anna, please." He said no. He went to the sambar guy. ஒரு packet sambar கொடுங்க. காசு நான் வந்து தரேன். He said no. I was standing there watching all of this happening. And that's when I saw those 3 transgenders walk in again. Andy froze, I froze. They saw us, they did this. And then they paid the 20 rupees to the cashier saying, give them the sambar. And that for me changed the way I looked at them. It wasn't a robbery, it was more like the mischievous way of telling us, teaching us a lesson probably. And then we got the sambar. Now I'm cycling back home. Andy behind me, he's patting me behind. To say what? I stopped him. ನಮ್ಮ one handle ಪಲ್ಲ mood. And we went home and we had a good dosa sambar chutney or whatever it is. And this is about Andy, right? He would turn a simple Sunday errand into something comedy, something disastrous, and that is what I miss about him. And telling his stories here makes me feel like he's with me, patting on my back and saying, Macha, we handled that well. Thank you. And I also wrote a poem for him if I have time. Okay. Andy wasn't just my twin. I'm sorry, wrong. Andy wasn't just my cousin. He was a twin in disguise. Two boys, one strong bond, mischief in our eyes. From silence to chaos, from laughter to pain, we were like balanced, like fire and rain. If given a chance, I would live it all over again to be with him, he the fire and me the rain. Thank you.